guys, welcome to another episode. In today's episode, we are working on our nether area to then go into the nether and hopefully tick off a few advancements. I do want to find a nether fortress and I want to get the hot tourist destinations. So let's see if we can do it. So I did stream between these episodes. I get to stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday at 9 PM GMT. So if you want to join me, then please do on YouTube or Twitch. But the previous streams that I've done were collecting every farm animal variant, so the hot and cold weathers, fishing for name tags, exploring the land, and deep diving into caves, which I'm going to show you some snippets of now. So I created a mine for the main purpose of finding diamonds, so here's how it went. This is what I found at the bottom of my staircase. A mine shaft, which I wasn't expecting. Go away. There it is. Retreat and eat. I think it's just going to be a go for it situation. I'm just going to wait for this little spider. There we go. I'm not entirely sure what he blew up, but why did I have to make it like 10 times harder? Right. Goodbye. I don't know where that other spider is. Oh, why can I not hit it from here? I win. What the heck? That's the word I'm gonna use. Too much. No, thank you. Giant waterfall. I know there is a giant waterfall as you come into the cave. So the death count for this series is now 2. So yes, I died at the end of that stream, but that's enough stream recaps. Let's get into the video. But before we start, I went and re-got everything and then used the diamonds smartly and made diamond gear, so be proud of me. As you can see behind me, I've got a bunch of blocks and carpet in a long line because I saw a picture on Pinterest and I want to put my portal down. I have taken this cliff that's right over here and just, I suppose, kind of terraformed it. Not very well. I've just put a bunch of dirt down and tried to make it look natural because I had to fit this thing on it. But here's what I've got so far. I don't know if I've got enough material or not. It's all guesswork. We're gonna start building it up now. Okay, so I've got a couple of materials here. We're gonna start off doing the smaller sections, move into the bigger sections and see how it goes. So basically what they have is like a bunch of just textured blocks. And then through it, there is like a checkerboard pattern, kind of like this. Okay, I built this so far. Here's a little progress update for you guys. It's took me forever to do this one section. I've got more to do. There's so many more to do. But this is this section. Obviously, I've not done the back yet. The back still looks a mess, to be honest, but it's because I have to build out the towers here and here, and then I've got to repeat that about 4 more times. Middle one, this will have the portal in it. Okay, so I built this section last night. It took me hours. I wish I was kidding. Hours of my life have gone into this, but we've done this whole front section minus the portal. I need to gather more obsidian, but we've got the glass in and things like that. I am just starting on this back side. So I've done this section just to make sure I got the dimensions right and everything looked okay before I went and did the rest of them. So we've got this one up. So this is what it should look like all the way on both sides. So I think it looks pretty cool. But this is what it looks like on both sides. It looks so cool. I actually really like it, and I think when the portal goes in as well, it will look amazing. But this was a pain to complete. I'm gonna go do this section. It's not that bad actually. We just have to throw a bunch of blocks in, kind of. It's not all bad. It's just kind of trying to figure out how to do that without falling. Although I do have scaffolding, which I do use, but probably not in the way that I should. I pray that I don't run out of materials whilst I'm up here, and then I don't have to go back down. But I think we're so far so good. The polished diorite is a struggle though, I must admit. So yeah, I'll show you how I've been getting down. Flawless. Because even though I've got a stack of it in my inventory, do I remember to use scaffolding? No, not until I get to these bits. But I should probably actually just do that. That would be safer. Okay, we managed to get that on. Now I just have to do this little detail at the top. So this is going to be fun. Last, we have a pillock on top. So this is what it looks like now. It looks a little bit funky because I only have one half and I think I'm missing a couple of blocks here. So I'm gonna go fix that and then we'll move on to these two so that we can get onto the big one last because it's a feat. Okay, I am back. I did the back and the front of this build and realized I hadn't been recording. Yay! But I wanted to come to a viewpoint to give you a good look at the build. I managed to get the glass in and slim it down. I've managed to get the portal in and everything else. And I think it looks pretty good. I actually really like it. It's on top of a big hill. It stands out. I think it looks cool. We need to light the portal.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Also, the poor bees keep getting stuck on the windows of it. I don't know why. They keep trying to like fly through these glass panes to get to the flowers behind it. Couldn't tell you why, but I will go show you it up close. Okay, we are back at the build. I think it came out amazing. It took so long. It was so complicated. Hopefully you can tell from the clips that I did get how complicated it was. The portal wasn't actually that bad. The mining was. It takes forever. But now I've got my gear back after building for so long. I can head down to the house, grab a flint and steel, and we can see where this portal takes us. And then I want to dress the portal up. I will remember to put replay mode on this time. I want to dress it up and make it look like ruins and add a path and things like that. Me swap for a gold helmet just in case for when we enter so I don't get mauled by pigmen. Okay, please light. Oh, look at this. It's giant anyway. Oh, okay, it linked. That's not bad. It linked. And it does in fact bring us out of the giant portal again. It looks so cool. I want to add some pillars around this area. I still have some diorite left. I want to add like a couple of pillars and a pathway. So I'm going to go look up some inspo. So I did hit up Pinterest for some original inspo of just some plain little towers. Just went with the flow from there. Although you do see me pause a lot, it's because I'm pondering what blocks I want where. Because even though it is just diorite, polished diorite and some calcite, which is the same blocks as the portal, mixed with a couple of pale oak elements, apparently that's really difficult. And then I also ended up wanting to add light sources, which I just used a couple of glowstone blocks for to kind of mob proof it. And then I also ended up going for more of an overgrown vibe by the end of it, which is crazy. But I decided that I really actually wanted to add some moss into it and then leaves to sort of frame the moss, which I thought looked really nice with the overall vibe of what I'm going for in this area, which you'll see like later through the other builds. But I think I ended up building something like maybe 8 of these pillars. It's crazy. And I spent most of the day-night cycles doing it. But I'm gonna leave and stop jabbering on and let you enjoy. So enjoy the music with me building all of these pillars in a specific line down the pathway that I created. guys, so you would have just seen me build the pillars, and I wanted to update you on some things that I have done. I bone milled a bunch of things. I've added these turtle eggs because I'm sick of the zombie pigmen coming through this portal. So apparently they're attracted to turtle eggs, and I use pretty much the last of my silk touch gold pick to get them. And then underneath I put down a bunch of powdered snow and then hoppers, so we should be able to get their drops. I've also lit this area up a tiny bit more, and I've added in some firefly bushes. Finally I've had a place to put them because I built this willow tree. It's the first ever tree I've properly built, so hopefully it looks good, but I think it's pretty good for my first attempt. And then I realized that everything was kind of mossy, and like the next build is going to be mossy, so I had to climb back up top of my portal and make it mossy. I really like the way that the leaves and moss have added like an overgrown look to this place, especially with the towers that I built having an overgrown look, and then the willow tree. But now we're moving on to a build over here, which is going to be our overgrown church building / graveyard. Okay, so we're just going to hop straight into it. I wanted to create like a ruined church vibes with a picture I found on Pinterest right here. As you can see on the build, it's got like a gradient to it, which honestly, love. So I wanted to add that in immediately. So I did. I managed to get that vibe. So I'm using deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate, some dead coral, diorite and calcite in the whole build. And obviously we've got moss and leaves because we need it to be overgrown. So right now I'm just popping down like a line for the base of what I think it should look like based on the picture that I've got, which is just a front view of the build. So I was just going off of what I could visually see rather than, you know, accuracy at the time. And then I ended up deciding that I should probably just focus on one section at a time and build up from there. So then I start adding in my tough blocks, my dead coral, just to create the darker to lighter gradient. Also adding in the window, making sure I get the moss in there because that's always important, and just making sure I was getting the details for this first section of the build in, which honestly wasn't too bad. But then I did end up pausing the recording after this, which you will see, just so that I could get in some extra bits of details and make sure I was properly concentrating and looking at the build properly, because sometimes I don't apparently. But yeah, that's this section. Okay, I'm back after doing the first section. It took a while to do. I had to pause the recording to figure it out because I was struggling for a second. But I think I've got the first shape down, so now I should be fine to finish. I just really had to figure out the depth of everything. As you can see, I've torn down the walls over here just so that I can actually figure it out. But now I've got down these two towers, the top and the bottom. It does look a bit chaotic in the back, but we can fix that later. That's a later issue. So I'm gonna carry on with the next windows and see how that goes. So I then began to work on the secondary windows. As you can see, I've already built up that first section, which wasn't too bad actually, considering everything. It's probably like one of the biggest sections of the actual picture of the build, so that was the main sort of thing. But now I'm just working on the little windows, so I was making sure that I had the texture in, the leaves in, the moss in, the different areas of gradients in, because that was quite important to me. And just making sure that the whole design itself was in and looking good, because I really wanted that to be the main thing. I'm a perfectionist, so getting the window shapes can be quite difficult because they like to do that to you for some reason. But overall it wasn't that bad. I think it came out really cute, so I can't really complain about it. But anyway, I think that I have yapped enough in this little voiceover, so I'm gonna stop yapping now and let you enjoy the rest of this wonderful thing and see me try and attempt to do many towers and many windows, especially that diagonal. It's honestly crazy. So yes, I will see you when the build is done. Guys, I'm still working on this. I've had to pause the flashback a few times to get in shapes that are very confusing. I'm just staring at them very intently, having to retake it down, bring it back up, take it down. So that's why I keep having pauses in the replay. My apologies. But we're almost done. I have like a window, a small window and a couple of towers left, but that's not too bad compared to what we started at. I think the first section actually was the hardest technically because it's so large, so at least we are doing good for that. But I'm just putting in like where things should go for now so that I have an idea when I come back to it later. And of course I keep just jumping off of things even though I have scaffolding on me. But so yeah, I'm just throwing these in and then building this up basically, and then building this section up so that it matches with everything else. It's not too bad, it's just a lot of block placing which can get very boring at times, but that's okay, we can manage. I'm gonna quickly fill in that little back section and then basically imitate what I've just done so that it has walls on the other side, and then I will come back to you. But this side looks really cool, so I'm gonna go build in the sides in the back. Okay, I'm back. Did I go overboard with the building? Maybe, but for good reason. I want to get away from the building and into gameplay. So I may or may not have done some things. So the last time you guys saw, I just finished one side of the build and then went on to the other side. Since then I've added in a little pathway. There is one that's there but it finishes. I haven't built it anywhere yet. But there's a little pathway. I've built like mossy areas on the walls so they don't look weird because they're just a bit flat. Added in long grass, and then I've added in an entrance to this side because there was none. So if I come out here I've added another tree. It looks a bit empty, I don't know, it might need to be a bit fuller. And then I added this entryway just between the two towers, which I find really cute. And then inside here it's just full of moss. I do want to add some bits in, but that can be for another episode. Right now it's not the main focus. It's part of the nether area but it's not the focus. I added another tree, and then if you come around here's a little entryway again that's just on like the side of the build that I've recreated. And then in here there's a graveyard. I added a bunch of moss because I think Enderman can't pick it up. Anyway, here's the little graveyard with the white sheep that died on my steps when I was leading it on day 175, and the grey sheep that was in the boat still undrowned, day 267 on a stream. And then we have like a little mausoleum. So in here, you can just come straight through and down into this area, which just has a bunch of spare areas. I didn't have enough signs, but here are my 2 deaths. Day 197, which was my first ever death, I was blown up by a creeper, and then day 284, I fell from a high place whilst mining on stream. I just thought this is a cute little area to add to my nether portal area. It has spooky vibes, but they also give off very similar vibes build-wise. So I think they're quite suited for one another, but I actually really like this area. But now that we've built this whole area up, what's the point in building it if we're not going to use it? So I'm gonna get some more gear and we're gonna go into the nether again to explore this time. So I wonder what we'll find. Also, can we appreciate the graduation from my first ever build on this world, my little house, to this? It is crazy that there's such a massive difference. Like, look at my starter home compared to those. Crazy. I may have to move my home at some point. I don't know. We'll see. It depends what I put on the landscape, but maybe you guys can give me suggestions. Do I move my little house, or do I start adding little buildings up towards these, or do they deserve their own space? Okay guys, we are gathering materials. So what I've got from my house is a couple of buckets in case we grab lava, spare torches, some bundles, spare tools, arrows, because I want to get a bow, and I need to come down here anyway because I need to go and grab some bits from my storage room. So if you missed it, I've done a stream recently where we went fishing for like 2 hours and just stopped, which I ended up getting some new bows. I'm gonna grab a couple of stacks of cobble just because you never know. In fact, we'll get 3 just to be on the safe side. I don't know how far away things are, but I left a chest while we were fishing down by the lake. So I'm gonna go grab the things from it in there because we can make I think quite a good bow if I remember seeing stuff right. There's a spare steak in here. Great. So these are the ones that I've got. I could probably put power 3 with those. Probably that book. I do have an anvil. What's this one? Power 3 flame and breaking 3. But I am going to go make a bow at home just so that we've definitely got a good enough bow, because it's going to be some ghasts and it's going to be a bit annoying. Did also bring a flint and steel, I forgot to tell you guys, because I can guarantee my portal will probably get shot at, and I do want a way home. I am not sure what happened just then, but okay. Now my bow's fixed. That's everything. And we can go to my little portal. Okay, let's head through and see what happens. Also, I do have gold boots on, so don't worry, don't yell at me in the comments. I'm fine. Oh, there's a ghast already. Oh, hey. Why am I so bad at aiming? There we go. Up my stairs. Did it drop anything? Nothing else that I can see. Why are you in here? Right, go, go. Where even are you? Goodness me. Right, go through here. Go through here. No, thank you. How you survived, I'll never know. Anyway, I'm off. I think I'll have to go down. Hold on. Right. How I'm ever gonna get down here without jumping, I'll never know. Right, that's fine, we can tower. Perfect. And I got yanked from the tree. Rude. Now we've taken the tree down and actually get on with making this little ladder staircase. There we go. We made a staircase. Oh, I accidentally pressed sprint instead of crouch then. That was really good of me. Not sure why that was in here, but I will take it. I need to remember to leave myself like a crumb trail. No, no, no. Okay. I definitely was not paying attention then. I have no clue where. They've gone to hide. Well, the little one's back again. I feel bad, but they attack me too. Hi. There were 2 babies. I'll fall down a tree, that's a good idea. I've just seen this pop up on the map though. So I think what I'm gonna do is break through this wall. I'll get this quartz actually while I'm here. Okay, apparently I am on. So I'm gonna put torch down and determine up or down. Getting no clues. I will dig a bit more and then we'll see. Okay, I figured out it was below me and managed to staircase it. But yes, I have made sure I've got in somehow. The problem now is going to be skeleton. I'm gonna collect this so that we can grow it at home because we need to be brewing potions. I haven't actually seen any wither skeletons on my mini map, but I'm not taking chances. I think we'll follow this pig man, see what's hanging around. Okay, good, and then not so. I hear a blaze. Right, there we go. He's down. Oh, I fought a blaze for the first time. Didn't even get a blaze rod, and then got copper and iron horse armor with a golden sword in the chest. A bit lame. Well, you win some, you lose some, I guess. What is with this rubbish loot? This is what I was talking about. Actual loot, like diamonds and new armor trim. That's the kind of loot I want to see. You made me miss, dude. Come on. Get me in the back. Blaze right above me. Love that. Oh, right, let's see. Who's up here? Ah, I was trying to dodge that. That went super well. Hey. These are kind of useful, I suppose, but... Oh, a bunch of blazes down there. There. I think there's just one around the corner that I haven't hit. Yeah. Okay, we're fine. Let's go through and back upstairs then. Of course, on the one hallway that you literally probably have the hardest time protecting against, there'd be a wither skelly. Right, that's a spawner. That needs to be torched. I can deal with being burnt in the meantime. Then, there we go. Oh, he's in the corner. Go. Job done. How are you still spawning? Oh, I'm gonna die. Hold on. I'm healing in a hole. Okay. But how are they spawning when there's literally torches on it? I don't... This one, I reckon, is just a big hallway again with nothing. Yep, this is stairs. I thought there was something at the bottom then. I think there are a couple of rooms through here, but can't tell. I think they're just stairs, so there's nothing really to worry about with that bottom section. I'm gonna quickly grab that XP though. Right, I don't know if there's anything down here, but we can have a look. I actually don't think so. Yeah, they're empty, and that's just stairs to a random tower. I think I've done it all. So, ooh, is there anything else around? Oh, my map is loading in more. Hold on. There's still some valleys and warped forests. I might go over there and see what we can find. Okay, we've made it to the warped forest. Oh, I didn't realize he was on there. My bad. I'll grab another tree just so we've definitely got enough. I am trying to be careful with where I look because there's so many endermen. I think the last thing down is the Silsand Valley. Problem is, I don't think I've got any torches. So I'm gonna head back home, grab some torches, come back, This is a really risky move. If I fall to my death, or I fall into a hoglin, neither of which sound particularly fun. So I'm just hoping I get to the end. So whilst I've been here, I've just been tunneling a bunch and making bridges. As you can see, that was the scariest bridge I've made in my entire life. Anyway, tell me how I've come across a bastion. I won't be going in today because, frankly, hell no. I don't want to die. I will waypoint it so we can come back one day. Okay, we're back in Soulsand Valley. I'm hoping I still have enough torches left and that we find some happy ghasts. I will also steal some of these bone blocks. I didn't realize there was an enderman out here. Oh, wait, we got lucky just then. Find another one. I think 2 happy ghasts is more than enough for just me. I am now going to try and walk through the rest of this valley to go back home. Okay, we made it back to the portal. Honestly, walking it wasn't that bad on the way back, but we're gonna go back through and go home now. Made it home. Anyway, it's almost night, so I'm gonna pop this away, swap out my boots and sleep, and then we will come back once it's time for the ghasts. Ready for the little ghasts, and I'm just gonna pop them both over here. Guys, we have one. I did panic and literally just had to lead it straight away because they float up so quickly. But apparently it takes 20 more minutes for them to grow. We just... Oh, there we go. Okay, both these little guys can chill here and wait. Our first one is grown. Oh, let me saddle them. We're just waiting on the last one now. Look at the size difference. And the second one is about to grow. There we go. Put the harness on them as well. We have our 2 happy ghasts just prancing around in the rain. Stopped raining. But now we have our 2 happy ghasts just chilling. And we've built some crazy things in this episode. I mean, the scale of these builds is unlike what I've done before. But we have a cool looking nether portal. But this area is so magical looking and cute. And honestly, I couldn't be prouder of it. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Having the whole nether portal upgrade and then going into the nether and finding some bits. I think that's cool. Obviously we have to do a bastion at some point, but that will be later when we've geared up enough. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content. I also stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday at 9 PM GMT. I also have a Discord server that a few people have joined. It's still really new, but other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.